What?
I can hear you.
You need to mute it, please.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, do it, please. All right. You ready, Elder Tony?
Yeah. Yes, eyes on the spot.
Hold on, one more second. Music off. They need to make that better. We up.
Habagani.
Kujichagulia.
Habagani.
Kujichagulia.
All right. Excuse me, I'm kind of like out of breath with that one. But the conch shell blows midbeat. We started today. Alert the drummers. The bell, which gives us our silence, and then the drum. All right. We're going to move on. I have to get to a medical appointment. So, first of all, I want to say thank you. Yesterday was an exciting day, but we have a crack in the cup. Now, when I say a crack in the cup, I don't maybe not be talking about the crack, talking about actual split maybe. But yesterday was exciting because we had the first night at the Lincoln Theater. Now, my approach to the Lincoln Theater is twofold. First of all, it is known as the gateway, excuse me, to the Bronzeville area. And at the gateway to the Bronzeville area, that's like the first building there after you cross the bridge, where the photographs are of legends of people who were on Long Street. But as the understanding comes, Lincoln still is Lincoln. So I'll leave that alone right now, but that's my But the understanding is Umoja. The first candle that was lit, we carried the flame, we were there. The ceremony was conducted by the Lincoln staff and also by the staff from the Ohio Historical Connection, if I'm not mistaken. Chawi's responsibility was to actually do the lighting and the libation. This was done in a different order, not an order that we would normally, do. Is a different order. But when you're in someone else's house, you either go with their rules or you say something and then try to establish a different understanding. So everything was moving the way it needed to move. The drum call was a little different as far as the elders interesting and coming in and sitting. And there was like on the stage, the elders were on the stage, sitting center stage, but not center stage right and center stage left. The audience was in front of them, facing them. In the center of the stage was like a court where dancers and drummers came and went. It opened with some fanfare of, if I understand this correctly, was gospel group. There was also some speech about the children from, I'm remembering this, my sister Angie Cornelius and others. The whole evening was exciting, and at the same time, it was like, where did the tradition go? So that's my problem. I have to deal with that. So as tradition and reason exist in the same area, tradition is always looking for, in reason, where is the tradition? Reason not necessarily is looking for that. Reason is looking for, depending on how it's approaching it. So as we look for the unity, was explained, and the candle was lit by the Tawi elders. Elder Sokoto, if I'm not mistaken, was the one that lit. He was there with Elder Dodley and Mama, of course, Alona, the presiding elder. And libation was also done at that time too. We didn't call the names of two of the most important people, from what I understand, in that building. That building, before it was renovated, was a building where Leland Johnson and the dancers um, rehearsed and did things. And prior to that, they were known as the Sansuzi dancers, one of the first African dance, or as they would call it. They wouldn't let them call them African dance. They had to call it modern primitive. So they were there. And also that's where Brother Ron Coleman, one of the premier drummers in jazz, was, and that's where they took me for the first time to be introduced to Leela Johnson dances, and I, became one of the drummers, well, the drummer for Leela Johnson dances. Also at that same time, I don't know if I heard it or not, during the libation, that Talbot Hall piece that was done, Brother Reggie Roundtree was one of the ones who was mentioned. I don't know if he was or not, but I was doing this on the side because I had our light there that's over there on the thing, and I had our ancestors' case with me on stage. So we were there, but I was not a part of that, official opening. So we were calling those names. One of the things that we didn't do out loud, because I was doing it there, is calling some of the names of the births, because we would have that as well. So was I determined to do these things? Yes. The self-determination, the self is not just the individual. The self is the group. The person represents the group. So in that particular case, today is Kujichagulia with self-determination. And we have to take a look at what that means and how we manifest that as we go on with the rest of the day. So what I'm going to do is, who wants to light that? You want me to light it, or you want? Oh, okay. Well, come on over. You're gonna go with a clear. It's 889. Okay. There should be an incense stick in the back. Go around the back there. Also notice that on our table we have the banderas, the red, black, and green, and the black, red, and go around back. Stay around back.
I thought we used the candle that's already lit.
Right. You use the candles already lit. There you go. See there, you remember. So you would take the red candle out, hold it together. Yeah, take that out, hold it together, and then you're gonna light it right from the, you're gonna light it right from the candle. That was my fault, right? Yeah. So put both hands on it, and you're gonna say, if Mama Lona was here, we would do Nina Washata, look at it in its Kiswahili language first, and then, do that. So we'll learn that for the rest of the week, see if we can come up with that. So this candle was already named and blessed in the spirit of Umoja, and now you want to light this candle in the name of Kujichagulia. So you say that.
We light this candle in the name of Kujichagulia.
Hold on. Say it again.
We light this candle in the name of Kujichagulia.
All right. And then you go put it down here. Okay. All right. Thank you. We put the candles in one order, and we light them in the original order where it was done in Jekyll Island, Georgia, which I was there for that, which is the black candle, then red and green, red, green, red, green. There are other ways of lighting, and now we can talk about that at of doing the creativity time. But self-determination, how does that affect us, and what does that mean? Well, right now we have to take a look at the fact, has Kwanzaa entered into what is called the public domain? In other words, once a song or once something has entered into the public domain, it loses its protection that no one else can use it. Once it enters the public domain, it can be utilized by anyone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So what that means is, what is the self-determination? What does self-determination mean? How do we approach that? Now, of course, we have the definition of it, which was done from the beginning with the US organization with Dr. Malana Faranga, and how they define that. And there's also nowadays one of the Adinkra symbols that goes along with that. But what we want you to do for the rest of the day is take a look at, you can take a look at that, but come up with that understanding on your own. This is the way it was taught by Dr. Kelsey and us, all of us doing rites of passage, that we had to go out and take a look at how would we develop that understanding? How would we do that? So just off the top of my head, off the top of your head, and Gene, you're sitting way over there. I don't know if they can see you now, but what would you say self-determination would be? You want to come over here?
Well, I was going to switch the camera.
Oh, go ahead. Then stay there. You gonna switch the camera.
This look a mess, but yeah, don't. Yeah,
What would you say?
Move.
What happened?
It looks a mess.
What did you say?
It looked a mess.
Oh. Well, she's smiling. Your cover tablet on. So I guess we get Cleveland in a minute. Okay, so it's it's easy and it's hard. But what would self-determination mean? You know, uh-oh, you're getting the chair coming in too? Okay, come on.
Like,
come on, Cleveland. I mean, yeah, go ahead. You good. You still talking. You coming in? Yeah. Go ahead. You can't make a mistake.
self-determination, like controlling yourself.
Oh, wow. That sounds, you need to move over. That sounded good. What did you say?
Controlling
Whoa.
yourself.
Whoa. Okay. What would you say?
I would say self-determination is like why you to do something that's really important. Nobody is helping you to get it by yourself.
Okay. I see you smiling. What, you got something up your sleeve?
Self-determination is the ability to keep moving forward even if it is alone.
Keep moving forward. What?
Keep the ability to keep moving forward even if you are alone.
Oh. Okay. If you determined to do something, okay, you determined what. Here's a question. How many of you or how many of our young people are determined to graduate high school? Oh, you put your hand up right away.
Oh,
you do, but you already done that, right? So in school, is that something that one person is doing, or is that a group?
One person in a group setting.
Well, is the one person? Remember, we're talking about Kwanzaa, because what was the first? The first principle was what?
Unity.
Yeah, unity. Umoja. So you all doing something. So all the ones that are African American, colored, whatever you want to nomenclature you want to put on it, are they all trying to graduate high school?
Most of them are.
So how do we bring that about that makes that a self-determination kind of thing? Please. Don't answer that right now. But what I'm saying is, you see what I'm getting at? How does the group become like determined to do something? Because we only react to things sometimes. We're only determined if somebody takes something from us, then we're determined to go get it back. But how do we get determined to do something that benefit us without somebody aggressing on us first? That's the question. You don't have to answer it now. But that's what we're talking about. Becoming the self as the individual, but also the self as the group. Because the self is attached to mojo, which is unity, the group. So do we see ourselves as owning a store, owning our own business?
Yeah.
Okay, so if the individual does that individual with self-determination mean that they would seek out other individuals who want to own a store or something to that effect? Or I would think, yeah, because that would be a group and y'all would protect each other in merchandising of the things that you have. For instance, if you had a store that you sold merchandise in, and another person had a store that they manufactured candles, wouldn't that be something that you'd want to like hook up with them?
Yeah.
You see what I'm getting? How you try to get together to support each other? So y'all not following me, are you? You're not following. It's like, yeah. So, for instance, are you able to drive yet? Okay, so once you're able to drive, are you going to get your gas from any gas station, or are you going to get your gas from a certain gas station?
A certain.
Yeah, that's the way we look at it. And we haven't got to that principle yet, but the self-determination, when you determine to do things in the black community or in the community that benefits you, because the money you want it to turn around, because it benefits you, the self, and yourself benefits the others. So this is kind of hard to say, what does self-determination mean? It's benefiting yourself and the group that you're with. You play volleyball?
The season's over.
I know the season's never over, but you're gonna be practicing, right? You don't practice when the season's over. You mean the season's over, so you're not practicing at all? Well,
I play basketball.
oh. So now you're in the basketball season. So you're playing basketball. Oh, okay. Now, in playing basketball, what position do you play? It's forward, center, and guards. You a guard. Okay. Now, what is the self-determination thing in the basketball? To win the what? To win the game. Okay. So is that just you trying to win the game?
It's a team.
The team trying to win. Now, is it just your team, or is it the other team as well? Oh, so there are blocks to that. Okay. So we got to talk about self-determination and what does it mean to really go after something, and especially when somebody's trying to stop you from getting. For instance, like body language. What kind of body language is self-determination body language? Like right now, Brother Cleve is shut down. Closed off. That's the body language. And he done slumped down in the chair. As far as he's concerned, this conversation is dead. So, in self-determination, are you supposed to be able to read yourself and other people?
Yes.
What are you looking for? You're looking for your goal. What are you after? And what are they after? All right? Now see, clearly he's still relaxed. He's done. So so it's kind of hard and easy to talk about self-determination because of the descriptive of, I want to use it that way, of self, the word self, because most of the time in this language, um, English language or British language, when you hear self, okay, when you hear self, that means just you, right? But what we're trying to do is really communicate is that the self, when it's connected to the Nguzu Saba, actually means not just you, but a group as well. Now, like your team that you play on. If you do your best on the team and the other teammates do their best, then not only do you win, but who wins? The team wins, right? You following me? So with it, I know it's kind of like the self-determination. So I appreciate you taking this time, at least trying to listen to me. But I'm getting ready to break it off right now. But Kujichagulia, self-determination, is only happens a lot of times when people feel that they have to do. Somebody did something to them and they have to get them back. What I'm trying to say is, according to the Nguzu Saba, it's a goal that you set for yourself and you're determined to reach that goal. And there's gonna be things that's gonna get in your way from going to that goal. But you're so determined to reach that goal that you're gonna go beyond those things that are. Do you remember anything that you really wanted to do, and no matter what, you got to that goal? That what did you think?
Get better at volleyball.
Huh?
Get better at volleyball.
Okay. Say that louder.
Get better at volleyball.
Oh, okay. All right. So that was a goal. My goal was to dunk basketball. That was my goal.
Did you do it?
Of course I did it. I had to start with a volleyball, or not a volleyball. What are them little squeeze balls? The ones the ones that you play dodgeball with.
Oh,
the little red one. The ones you could squeeze and really hold. I had to start because I could jump up there, but was holding on to that ball was the problem. Then now my self-determination, I was determined to do what? To dunk the basketball. Now, here's the other thing. What kind of steps did I take to make sure that would happen? Well, the first thing is I got a basket and made it lower. So I could feel like what it was to be on that rim and I damaged because I thought, because you see the guys on television be going boom like that, and you think you do that, you'll break your hand doing that stuff if you don't know how to do it. So when I got a basket, nowadays you guys got those little portable things, you can put them up and down, and I learned to hold the ball and do that. Then I had to figure out as I moved the basket up, inch the basket up, how do I hold the ball when I'm going up in the air? I have to go above the rim because you think you're doing it right at the rim. So, which hat do I have on? Do I have on my earphones on?
Oh, you got your goofy on top.
On top of it? Yeah. No, see that? Okay, I played.
You got a check.
Huh?
You got a check.
Oh, shut up. I don't need that. Where's my other hat? Okay. But I played basketball for the United States Air Force.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. Over in the
basketball?
Hello? Of the point guard. But at one point I thought I was a big man, because I was able to get up in the air, right? Then I started acting like a big man. I was self-determined on the court. You know what the big man did? The big men let me know right away, you are not a big man. And they did that with their elbow. because my elbow, their elbow was right at my head level. So, and with big men, you gotta move them. You know,
Yeah,
when you on the court, you gotta move them dudes. And I had to move because I had a shorter gravity thing down here. I could move them easy down here. And once they caught on to all of that, they would clock you, but with their thing. So they was determined for me not to get past them, and I was determined that I'm a big man like you. I had to adjust my determination. I had to understand I was a small guy that could jump, that could get in the rim. And, that's how I got my first injury. Jumping, leaping off so far. So that I was determined to do that, but it was a progression thing. I started off really small. Oh, with a small, what we called in New York was a Spalding. It was a little small ball about the size of a baseball, but it was pink. And I started off with that and I moved my way up with the bigger ball. Then, of course, when you get to the basketball, they came up with some stuff that certain basketball you can't grip unless you got big hands, because they don't have no tread on them. So anyway, and then of course I went to a volleyball and things of that nature. So I was determined to do that. Was I determined to graduate high school?
Did you graduate high school?
Well, I got into trouble. But yes, I graduated high school.
Yeah.
But the thing is, graduating high school shouldn't have been the goal. It should have been owning my own business and owning, things of that nature. Because just as I was coming out, or a lot of this stuff, was coming in, and a lot of folks, were determined. So anyway, self-determination. You got a phone call?
No. I want them to fix it so I can get a better angle of y'all conversation.
Oh, okay. So self-determination really depends on the self, what you're determined to do, what you got to pick that. Yeah, and you got to know it and understand that. And it's not just you. It's you and the group that's going to help you become determined. Because there was people standing around while I'm practicing dunking. What do you think they were doing? What do you think they were doing? As I'm standing around trying to dunk, learn how to dunk. They were laughing. You know how they laugh? Look at that. That whole thing. But I had to get up. I had to get around folks who was going to be saying, "Oh man, hey brother, keep trying. You can do this. You can do this." So if you don't have that group supporting you in what you're determined to do, besides yourself supporting you, it gets harder. And then the thing you don't want to do is give up. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So the first thing you got to find out is what is it that you want to be determined to do? What is that? What is it that you have to do? Now with this culture, what we're talking about, Kujichagulia, self-determination, is the determination to learn the culture, to learn what it is to be African American, Black, colored, or whatever the terminology you use, or Pan-Africanism. Okay. Do you know the song "Lift There Be Voice"? Do you know all the words throughout? Okay, now once you decide that that you're gonna learn the words to all three verses, and you're determined to do that, that would be something based on what we're talking about. That would also be a part of the culture. And can you imagine where you go into it? This happens in the South. Mostly students come from the South, know all three verses and all the words because they're determined they have to do that because their peer group there is on the opposite of it. If you don't know it, you like on the outcast. You know what I'm saying? So the question is here, do we know that? But a lot of times what we do is this here. I bet you know something that a lot of them don't know. Minute by minute.
Hour by hour.
Come on.
You lose your faith. In the faith, you lose your power.
Minute
by minute, hour by hour. If you lose your freedom,
your history,
you lose your power.
If it is to be. So there's things that our group wants us to know. that we get to know because we want to be a part of that group. That's a self as well as the individual self. You know, like wearing certain sneakers. You know, if you determine that, like, you want to get those kind of, y'all call them sneakers, or what do y'all call them? That
Sneakers work.
we still working, okay. Well, if you did, so the self-determination is being a part of the group as well as being an individual in that group. Make sense? Okay. Well, I thank y'all because I got to get ready to go to New Albany for my evaluation for my new hip. I got a new hip, by the way. And I may not have this when I come back. It may take it away from me because this is the thing for these things I have on that blow up, keep the blood pressure. All right. Any questions before we go?
Yes, sir. I don't think
Well, I'm so happy that you guys are happy about it. Well, tomorrow is uh, a different one from the self-determination. It's collective work and responsibility. So that would be different. Now, the other thing we have to take a look at is how can we make Kwanzaa not so boring for the young folks. So I want to talk about that with tomorrow because that's collective work and responsibility. So first of all, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, and we'll hope we will see you guys tomorrow. Well, I know we'll see some of y'all tomorrow. But thank you very much. Yeah. Oh, what would you shoot? What do we
no,
got?
I was just pointing at it.
Oh,
Pointing at the screen.
yeah, pointing. Okay, yeah. Let's everybody. Wait a minute. Let's do Harambe's.
Before you Harambe,
How many Harambe's you want to do?
I want to make a special announcement.
What?
I want to give just a moment, a silent moment, because our son-in-law is transitioning now.
Oh man.
We got the word that says, "Hey everyone, Mom just got off the phone with hospice, and as we know, Mark put up a great fight, but it's coming to the last round, and we're headed up to say our last goodbye, and he doesn't have too much longer." And it showed that after we left him yesterday or morning, that showed him that they put him into what do you call it, Hobacker Hospice. And so it showed the pretty room where the light was, and there he's laid. It's beautiful.
So
I
what are
just
you
sent the
saying?
message. Just pass the love on.
Has
Mark
he-
was very active in the church. His father was a deacon.
Has he passed yet?
He's passing like right now. They
Yeah,
know
yeah,
this is
they're
it. Just like Reggie called and told us, but then they
Okay.
took Reggie.
Okay.
But let me mention this about Reggie Roundtree. What happened is he knew he had the heart that they for someone else's. So they told him that was it, and I know why too. Maria and I was talking about that. So what I'm saying is, but he told Maria, they settle you down, they prep your mind, and he said he's never had a feeling like that before. It was just so calming. And at that point, what we know in Christian language, God prepared him to take him home.
You talking about Reggie now?
Reggie, so I'm looking at this being the same transition as we're coming with Mark, my son-in-law, because with Mark, he was in so much pain. They had said that he had multiple blood clots in his lung.
But you
Then they said, yes.
But
So,
you basically saying he was also determined to fight.
oh, he was a fighter. Yes,
Okay.
he did. Okay. He went on and on and on and on and on.
And his family supported that.
Yeah, so
that
they're on the way.
Thing for him to
We're
fight.
not going to be able to make it up to with him. I sent a message
Okay.
about the imprint that Mark made on our family.
Okay.
Because it's more than 20 minutes from here. It's way out west. Go back to hospice.
Okay.
Look at it.
All right.
So just a moment. Ancestors will welcome him in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. You really are. You need to get hugged and stuff right now. But watch your thing again so you don't trip over it. Okay. Norm Aziz is talking about our son-in-law, my oldest daughter's husband, who's been fighting cancer, y'all, for a while now. He was determined not for it. When he first found out about it, they gave him 4 months, and I think that was Was that 2 years ago?
2 years.
No, it was a little longer than that, just before hospice. Yeah, it was
About 2 years. They gave him 4 months to live 2 years ago, and he was determined that wasn't gonna happen. So he's been fighting it ever since. And of course, they've been
Cleveland Clinic to
doing stuff with it. So
do y'all know what type of cancer it was?
Yeah, it was.
Was it the liver?
Yeah, it's gastro.
Not the prostate.
No.
We'll find that out and let you
I
know.
know the right word.
But if for you ladies and for you, I think it was one of the male ones, not the general one that everybody gets. I think it was one of the male. But anyway, he was determined. But he was so determined he would get out and do gardening, would cut his lawn and do all that kind of stuff. Okay. But what she's saying now, he lost
it was like house and garden. He was a great chef, a great cook. Okay. I mean, he basically put them on Facebook, his meals, etc. But that was his heart, taking care of his home, in that respect, what he loved to do. He was so glad when they brought him home. But Mark is such a good person. And his father just passed too, months before him. His mom.
Yeah, his father just passed a couple of months ago.
Okay, so at any event, we know.
So how many Harambe's were we doing?
7.
We're gonna stand and do those?
Yep.
Okay, well let me try to get up. Somebody pull me up. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute.
To do Harambe, I want to say happy birthday to Sasha. And
okay, here we go.
We do this.
We ready?
Yep, we're about.
You got us in camp.
We're
come
ready.
back over here so they can see you, big guy. Okay, are we doing up and pull down, or we just?
So they know on this stage.
You know how we pull it up and down. Well, you got Lincoln on hide Lincoln. Oh my God.
It's a birthday. Lincoln. No, you want to listen.
No, hide Lincoln. Oh
No, you got to show them ready some more to come.
Yeah, but that's Lincoln. Hide Lincoln.
You know Lincoln wrote this.
He's a Lincoln hater.
I know it.
I'm a Lincoln hater. Well, put the house on. Wait.
It's not on your chest. You don't have time. Stop it. Okay, come on.
Lincoln still owns the contract. All right, anyway, here we go. We're doing 7, right?
Sure.
Well, who's calling it off?
I got it.
Who?
Me. I got it.
We're pulling down.
Right.
We're doing this.
Okay.
Around there. That's what we're doing. Okay. Are you in the camera?
I can be. Can I get on the other side of you?
Ready? Calling us? Oh, Cliff's got it. Please.
Cliff. Come on, then.
I'm so glad I made you laugh. Cleve.
Ready?
Cleve. Yeah.
Harambe! 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 Harambe!
Who is determined to be the last one? Me. You were?
Yeah, and you went along.
Okay. Who else was determined to be the last one? Or you just
I gotta go.
All right, thank y'all. I'll see you later then, okay? All right. We're gonna put those candles out. Is that okay with you?
It's going on. We gotta be in that private.
Okay, let's go.
And it's from here. It said it took like 20-some minutes. So we can't go there. He has a 10:30. 10:30. We're supposed to be at the doing implant in New Albany, and they're gonna pick us up at 10 minutes after that.
I am not that heavy.
I see those kids with that lie. Maybe heart attack.
Okay,
I have to come take the tissue.
let's go. I'm going too. Mama Deja.
It's my birthday. I just don't know. No.
She's coming right now.
Oh, she's doing it.
You let them know I'm on my way to the hospital. Hey, hand me my coat over there, please.
heart's